on my behalf. Love it. Welcome to Trending SA. It is a Thursday, and that means that we're seconds away from the weekend. Yeah. You know, and we're going to help you set the tone for this Thirsty Thursday with some hot content. My name is Mo Flavor, and listen, I'm not rolling alone. I'm with the crew. We're going to be riding this till the wheels come off, I tell ya. All right? So, her name is Olwethu Leshabane. She's fabulous. She's gorgeous. Sometimes lady luck. Good evening.
Hi, how's it?
Are you well?
How's it? Are we ready for Thursday? And then a little poos afterwards.
I'm loving the looks. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Also, of course, the man with many AKAs. Some people call him, oh, Mr. My Files, my bleh.
How are you, Mo? How are you doing? Yeah. So I prefer the Emperor of Umlazi, actually. Thank you so much.
Umlazi.
Yeah. How did you do? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You asking the wrong person. All right, so let's get into it. All right, tonight we are joined by one of South Africa's famous TikTok stars. His name is Chad Jones, and let me tell you, this guy has got the moves, best believe. Now, Chad is celebrated amongst his peers for creating the kind of content that they would sign up for. It's original, it is fun, it is creative, and we have him live on TrendingSA. Good evening, and welcome, Chad.
Good evening, guys. Thanks for having me.
Where are the moves? Where are the moves?
Well, I'm in the studio. Yeah, I could bust a move if you want.
See,
Depending on what-
I'm actually the one with the moves, Chad. You are a viral personality when I go to TikTok because I look at your footwork there and I'm just like always in awe. A lot of people know you as Chad Jones 957. Let's know the man behind the count. Where did you grow up and where did you discover that you can actually dance better than this black person that's interviewing you right now?
When did I discover I could dance like that?
Yeah.
I've always been born and raised South African from Port Elizabeth. Well, I grew up watching a lot of like Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, and the 6 o'clock Chica Magica.
Wow.
So, yeah. So like when school functions came with like the spring ball and the Valentine's ball, I would just like replicate what I've seen on TV, and people would be, oh, you can dance. And I was like,
Okay. So before the TikTok videos, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Or what else did you do besides charm South Africans with your suave moves? I'm killing it today.
well, I did study a degree in computer science.
Ooh.
And shortly after that, landed a job in software development. So before the whole TikTok account, I've been working quite hard. But then obviously, lockdown came, and then, before lockdown, I didn't even know of TikTok.
Sure. It's amazing what happens and what lockdown has brought. I mean, it's interesting because last year around, just before the lockdown kicked in, you posted your first TikTok video. You were dancing with your mom and dad. You guys were wearing your shades, black hoodies. Now, your social media presence, I mean, it blew up since that first video. 48,000 plays to something like 969,000 plays. And this is like in 5 days of launching your TikTok page. Did you have any anticipation that your content was going to go viral and blow up like this?
Not at all. Before that, I think I had it was just my Instagram account in which I would just post like the occasional photo of like my life, maybe every 6 months. but then lockdown came, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. I haven't heard of this app, so maybe not a lot of people have heard of this app. So I don't know if a lot of people are going to be watching, but I hope not. And then I just asked my parents to join me on this simple TikTok. I posted it, and the response was like overwhelming. And I just, everyone started asking me to make more videos. And well, little did my parents know the dances would become more complicated, because that first one was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you were speaking of your parents, how did you have to convince them for the first video to say, Mom, Dad, there's this video app. I want you guys to be part of it. I want you guys to create with me because I have the same experience as you. And so actually I'm looking for advice on how you can convince your parents in a PowerPoint presentation to join you on TikTok.
Well, I think the first thing I did was obviously ask them and then show them what they would be doing. Yeah, they weren't keen at first, but I said, this app is new. No one's going to be watching you. Like, come on.
So is dancing something you
But
do
then,
with your
like-
parents a lot? Oh, sorry, and also probably
Sorry,
for sure
go for
answer. Oh, I was just asking if you guys dance a lot together. Is that something you regularly do without the TikTok?
Yeah, we love music, we love dance. If there's any family functions, we would be the four that are on the dance floor the whole night.
That's amazing.
Okay, so it's been almost a year of you giving us great dance content on social media, and people seem to be madly in love with it. Why do you think that so many people gravitate towards the content that you create?
Well, first of all, with the responses to my videos and stuff, I don't think many people actually know that I'm from South Africa.
Oh,
So they just like, hey, okay, there's a Chinese guy dancing gong. You know?
okay.
You see, so
So they actually think you are from China.
Actually, my player was one of those. He kept asking where you're from.
Yes.
And I was like, he's from South Africa.
yeah, that's like the most that's like the most common question I get on my social media or on all my videos.
Yeah.
No,
like
actually
either
keep
way
it.
you fro-
It's going to make you so much
I
money.
was like, don't tell them.
Yeah, don't tell them. Tell them you're from
Actually learn
Kolzo.
how to speak Chinese and go, take it and run.
Yeah, just keep those high vibes on the low there. Now,
On the low.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that you have about 1.2 million likes on your TikTok, and I've seen a lot of TikTok stars, particularly, for example, in America, making some serious coin on the app, getting some real bread. Do those likes equal real money in your bank account? Are you also getting bread?
Yeah, well, I wish that was the case. But not necessarily the likes, but it has opened, the app has opened a lot of doors for me for like side hustles. That's why I actually came back from Cape Town. I landed a few commercial jobs there through my TikTok. So yeah, I would say it's brought in some money, but yeah, not as much as I would like as my.
So in terms of your career plans and dreams and goals, do you have something that you want to achieve with your TikTok? Are you looking to become an actor or a famous dancer, or is this just something that's more of a side hustle?
Well, I haven't really thought about it in depth because I've been so busy with my actual work. But I think, yeah, there's potential for me to maybe like book a few collaborations with, try to with that would be the dream with like some of the big local names of South Africa.
Like Coconut
But
Kells
for-
and...
Yeah, but like for now,
He has no idea what
for now, I'd just like to keep like inspiring people to just, express themselves if they wish.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us, though. We appreciated chatting to you, and I'm following you already, so I think you guys should.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lesego, you must take Coconut Curls to actually Asia. Yeah, because
I almost learned those dances.
So coming up after the break, we have the owner of Bathu Shoes, and later on, we plug you with Connected Family with Olwethu, brought to you by our friends at Vodacom. See you shortly.
Welcome back. You are still tuned into the best talk show in the business. Our guest tonight is an award-winning entrepreneur whose bold and creative ideas have helped birth one of the country's most sought-after sneakers. As a self-proclaimed sneakerhead, he's on a mission to build a world-class African sneaker brand, which speaks to the African narrative. Now, since launching his brand more than 5 years ago, the Batu, and I'm only laughing because it took me a while with the pronunciation and my blare was coming at me. Anyway, has become synonymous with the South African streetwear culture and lifestyle. And straight from the success of his Batu and So Music collection, he joins us to talk about his entrepreneurial journey and realizing his dream. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the invite.
Welcome, and I see he's wearing the pair. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, that collab with Sumizi is big. I mean, that is big business. And I'm sure, with your entrepreneurial journey, you often think about that moment, the humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Maybe even that moment when you were trying to get Sumizi into this deal and waiting for him after the show at Metro.
Yeah.
I mean, take us to that moment and where you are now when you compare the two.
Yeah, I mean, when we started in 2015, we had a vision to build a shoe brand that Africans can proudly affiliate with. And influencer marketing was the thing at the time. So I really wanted someone who can advocate for my brand, and someone who can really resonate with people.
Sure.
So I went on, like I used to sell perfume sekasi door to door. So hustling people is my thing.
Sure.
Waited, at Metro FM for Somizi and really presented my vision, and he bought into it.
Wait, this was from it just happened now. So you guys started in 2015, camping outside.
Yeah, no,
You're a persistent guy.
No, so when we started the business in 2015, I hustled, and that's where the relationship began, with Somizi, then only the collaboration, we launched it now.
And he was already like a fan of the brand.
100%,
right?
yeah.
And I'm sure that also kind of made it easier to say, this is where we're going.
Yeah, so to tell you what, we've been talking with Somizi about this collab for about 2 years. Back and forth. I mean, obviously he was busy with his things. I was busy growing the business,
sure.
Corporatizing, opening stores and so forth. So the timing couldn't have been better, in 2021 to go forth and to really see a day of light with this collab. Yeah.
So when you think of a celebrity and you want to go and approach somebody, what is it that makes you think this is the type of celebrity who aligns with my brand, and when can I sign on?
When you look at Somizi, I think he speaks to everyone. He resonates and connects with a lot of people. So for me, I think he was the best person to advocate for my brand because of his influence, and his connection with people. Our brand is about people, so I think I wanted someone who can really advocate for that.
Okay.
And I think that when you look at this table, I should be wearing Batu every day. So I'm expecting a delivery of all the sneakers that I'm going to wear for the rest of the year.
100%.
Right. You said you heard it. So your business has grown exponentially over the past 5 years, and you've grown in leaps and bounds. I just want to know what has been the biggest lesson throughout this journey.
I think for me, it was about the intention. Look, man, I quit a tax-free salary in Dubai to come back home, to build a shoe brand that Africans can proudly affiliate with, to reignite hope and create sustainable jobs. And for me, my intentions were pure. I was not fired. So I think number one was that you really need to have, the right intentions and have the patience for it, because, I did about 18 months of research and development. And I believe that patience is loyalty to the universe, so you really need to be patient in, your approach, in your mechanics in business, because it just doesn't work out like that.
So did you have a situation where you left work first or you started working on this brand, and how did you get the basics of being an entrepreneur right? Because many people fail and stumble, but how did you perfect that craft?
I think for me it was a blessing in disguise. Being an accountant, working for a great firm, locally and abroad for about 5 years really helped me a lot in terms of understanding the mechanics and the economics of business and building a value chain, because I was exposed to different types of clients in different industries. So that played a role, the education that I had and the corporate experience that I had. But you really need to be intentional and really, have that edge to learn and to build with the right intentions.
Definitely.
I see your brand is amongst a few brands that are out there in terms of the shoe brands that come through in South Africa. But there's something that is very special about your brand. It's just how people just gravitated towards it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to do billboards. What is it about your brand that just draws people in?
Yeah.
And speak to people like that?
I think, talking about speaking to people, if you look at Batu, South Africa is known to be a very diversified country. Different ways of speaking, different ways of eating, different ways of dressing. But whether you go to Soweto, Alex, Tembisa, Gugulethu, Batu is known to be a shoe. Or Durban. Batu. So people have been looking for that shoe brand that can really hit home and resonate with, And I think that's one thing that, South Africans, had to fall in love with our brand, because it's not just a shoe, but it's a shoe that, tells a story. It's a shoe that helps people walk their journey, embrace that diversity, embrace where we come from as a country.
I mean, one of the biggest things is understanding your consumer.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think at this point in your journey, you've done that well. So what is it that you had to understand about the South African market, and actually know how to, relate to them and even distinguish yourself from every other player out there?
And one thing that I know about South African consumers is that they're very supportive. Whether you are an international brand or you are a business that's got an international, service offering, there is a lot of support. But it's about how you connect with your client and what story are you telling. And now, people are woke. They really need to understand, if I'm parting ways with 1,000 rand, how does it help contribute to my community? How does it help contribute, to our GDP as a country? So it's not only about being, a consumer, but about how are we creating impact, for our economy. So that's one thing that I think I did a great study on.
And the shoe's got to be dope. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
sure,
it's
of
gotta
course,
be-
100%, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you've obviously built like an e-commerce situation or business.
Yeah.
So how did you kind of complement the two or marry the two between in-store and online to make this an e-commerce empire?
I'll be quite honest, at first I didn't get it right. However, when COVID hit, I had to press the reset button on my business model because
How did you not get it right?
because I think the first 2 years of my business, even though I didn't have brick and mortar stores, I did online sales. I did not really invest in e-commerce. I just had a website that was selling. Then when the stores closed, when we went to lockdown, I was like, geez, I need to sell. So it was a blessing in disguise. So I pressed pause a bit and went back and reinvested in my e-commerce. I mean, now we're integrating our e-commerce business with brick and mortar, like introducing things like click and collect, being able to integrate to buy in store and exchange online or buy online and exchange in store. That integration. And that only happened when we went on to lockdown because I had to stop a bit and think about my business model.
Let's talk about these challenges of producing quality shoes while also being trendy, keeping up with what the vibe is, what's in vogue, etc., especially in this South African market.
Yeah, and I love that point because late last year I was invited by the Black Business Council, and those are the kind of issues that I addressed with them. About the manufacturing, in South Africa, manufacturing sector, especially around textile. We really tried hard with our mesh edition to keep everything else local, for the longest of time. But with keeping up with trends, sneaker technology and kind of equipments, the craftsmanship in South Africa and the textile industry in South Africa, it's almost dead, because we're really struggling to keep up with the trends, So that's one thing that we really need help with our government. And I think the problem with that more is that even the policy from the government makes it difficult for South African factories to keep up with the trends.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will chat on the side about it later. But now it's time for a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll go talk everything parenting with #ConnectedFamily with Olwethu. You don't want to miss it. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you.
Gotta love it. Welcome back to #SA on 3. So how does a cellular network help with something as important as parenting and childcare? So in this segment of #ConnectedFamily, we're going to be talking about Vodacom's free-to-use digi-parenting platform. It is called Mum and Baby.
Aww.
So Mum and Baby is a service that offers parents and caregivers healthcare advice and the resources for every stage of the process, from pregnancy to early childhood development. And here is the installment from #ConnectedFamily with Olwethu Leshabane. Take a look.
Hi, I am Olwethu Leshabane and welcome to Connected Family segment in partnership with Vodacom's Everyone.Connected campaign. In this segment of Connected Family called Mum and Baby, I'll be opening up an aperture into parenting tips, tracking your pregnancy, pregnancy hacks to ease your journey to motherhood, etc. The Mum and Baby platform is another way that Vodacom is keeping parents connected for free through its innovative solutions. Tech and pregnancy go so well together. The magic of having everything you need at your digital fingertips. My favorite was discovering pregnancy and baby apps and platforms that are convenient and help me keep my anxieties at bay whilst tracking the most important weeks and milestones of my little growing humans. Do you aspire to be the mom who remembers each time when a doctor or nurse asks you, how much milk did baby drink at 3 months? There's an app for that. Or how much tummy time baby had last week? There's an app for that. There's even an app to track how many diaper changes baby went through in a day. As a doula, I'm forever fascinated to see the bond between mom and her partner as they start forming this bond with their baby that's growing in mommy's belly, as they track the behaviors and the growth patterns via apps. In fact, when I was pregnant, the tracking began way before baby was even born and continued way past baby was 2 years old. Apps can get mom's partner involved in what's happening inside mom's body and the hormonal changes she may be going through and experiencing. Dad or partner can track from when the baby is the size of a pea to when baby is the size of a watermelon. They can also be in the know of when baby may need a new bottle or even a diaper change. How amazing is parenting in the digital age? Here are my top 5 apps: Baby Center Pregnancy Tracker, Expectant Mother's Guide, the Wonder Weeks, Parent Sense daily routine, and for moms who are sleep training, Night Sleep Trainer app. I hope this insert has equipped you with the tools that you need to enjoy your journey into motherhood. From me, Mama O, your digital doula, I will see you next week in the next installment of Connected Family, keeping parents connected.
So having a baby or a toddler is tricky enough, and it's nice to know that there's help out there, and it's free. You can access Vodacom's Mum and Baby by dialing *117#6862 or visit www.vodacom.mobi/mumandbaby.co.za on your phone. Vodacom, keeping parents connected.
Oh, you are such a model.
I
They must
really
just
am.
take you on the next ad. Right, it's time for another segment of 60 seconds around the world.
Extra! Read all about it! Life story of Playboy Penny! Extra!
So our first headline says, missing woman unwittingly joins search party looking for herself.
Which part of the world is this?
I'm sure this is Florida. I'm so sure this is Florida. Hey,
How do we even get there?
guys.
How do you know? So now you go, guys, who are you looking for? But no, Sipegu Maple. And I'm just like,
yeah.
we need to find Maple. We really.
I actually think I might have done that once at like Kong, but like it was because it was like 2 a.m. I was like, where is she?
The closest thing that has happened to me that resembles that is me looking for my phone while I'm talking. Like I'm talking to someone and I'm just like, I can't find my phone.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you
Or
talking
car
on it.
keys.
Yeah, that,
oh,
yeah.
every day. But this next one, even more confusing. Man kills himself and runs away.
To heaven. I believe this one.
Do you know what? I think Surprise Moriri wrote this one because he said, I put on my shoes and I ran away. As in like he goes jogging. So I think he was at the computer for
I
this one.
believe this on a spiritual level. I believe that he just ran towards the white light.
Yeah, but also this is a typical headline you find on one of our Sunday newspapers, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like cat driving car, you know, woman flying on broom.
Metro
Yeah.
FM DJ caught.
We are done with today's episode. Make sure you join us tomorrow as we wrap up the week. Yay! It's gonna be right here on SABC 3. Same time, same beautiful faces. Good night, Sarah.
Oh.